I am the president-elect of Michigan Speech Coaches, and I am excited to be hosting the return of the Mackinac tournament since COVID prevented this tournament from happening over the last 2 years. I'm going to spend the next few minutes highlighting the wonderful events that we have planned for your students to choose to compete in this year. I am Iron Man. And I can prove this by applying this to 3 examples.
Yes, you guessed it. All of your impromptu materials this year in Mackinac are going to come from Marvel. And specifically, all of your prompts are going to be quotes, and they can come from any of the 25 Marvel movies so far in the Marvel universe. So a couple of things are going to be a little bit different here, though. Instead of every student speaking from the same quote, we're going to run this a little bit more like extemporaneous speaking, and each student will draw 3 prompts, take a few seconds, look them over, choose the one that they wish to speak on, and then put the other 2 back for the next contestant to possibly choose. So keep that in mind, that not every impromptu student is going to be speaking on the same quote, but you'll have a little bit of choice in there as well. All other MIFA rules will apply. So 6 minutes, your prep time, orally calling it, and speaking for hopefully the brunt of that 6 minutes. The one thing to remember here is to be speaking about the importance of the quote, the significance to a broader view, not just the quote within the context of the movie, but what can we learn from that quote? Still applying it to other examples and things of that nature. Okay, so the next event I'd like to highlight for Mackinac is oratory. As we all know, an oratory from the ballot reads that an oration is an original, persuasive speech. The oration may eulogize a person, alert the audience to a threatening danger, strengthen the devotion of the audience to an accepted cause, or present a solution to a problem. And we all know, if you've ever participated in oratory or judged an oratory, by and large, most everyone does a problem solution format. So we're going to shake things up a little bit for Mackinac. And this year, your orations must be in the form of a eulogy. Now, normally a eulogy recalls the defining highlights of a life, analyzes the legacy that that person has left behind, the place that they leave, the effects that they leave behind, and it's in memory of a person. So again, we're going to shake things up a little bit and broaden that a little bit. And so this year, for your eulogy, you can choose to eulogize a person, a place, a thing, or a concept. So be creative. Think back over the last few years, last few decades, longer if you choose, and think of what has changed, what people have shaped this society or this world, what places have left their mark on the greater world or the greater society, what things have come and gone, what concepts have changed over the years, the decades, the centuries, and do some research. Dig into that topic that you choose and analyze it for the contribution and the legacy of the effect that your topic has had on history, society, whether long time history or modern history, modern society, modern day society, anything. So kind of think this, like I said, be creative with this. Have some fun. Normally, oratory is 5 to 8 minutes. Eulogies tend not to be quite so long, so we are recommending that these are more to 5 to 6 minutes. So just kind of keep that in mind, that you're not writing the full 5 to 8 minutes, which again should maybe be a little easier for you now at the end of the forensic season, heading into Mackinac. So have fun with these. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Okay, so the last public address event we will have in Mackinac is Duo Original Pocket Sales. So for this event, we are combining the Duo event of Interp with the sales of public address, but with the added twist that this year for Mackinac, you are inventing your own product. So you can invent a new product or a service, but something that you think would benefit our society, whether that be for an individual, a family, or society in general, whatever, but you're creating something that will improve some aspect of life. So think about that, look around, watch the news, listen to your family when they're driving, all sorts. I mean, what would benefit us? There are some examples on the MSCI website. You can do like an anti-road rage repellent, something, I don't know, just kind of think, what do you think would benefit life for for someone in your life? Now, do remember, okay, some important details here actually. Remember that in Mackinac, you don't want to be bringing all sorts of visual aids across the lake to the island. So remember that all visual aids that you bring must fit into the pockets, small backpacks, purses, satchels, something of that nature. Either partner can pull these out, but don't forget, it is duo as well. So there's no touching or looking directly at each other. So again, you're combining those two events. So think about what would benefit society or individuals, do some research, prove that this is the item, this is the product, this is the service that we need to be invented. Okay, so think about what that might be. And remember, we know how some teenagers think. Your products need to be G-rated. Okay, some of us have teenagers at home, so G-rated there, guys. Have fun with it, though. Okay, so now that we've covered all of our public address events for Mackinac, let's move on to our interp events, and we'll start with the easy one. The first one is storytelling. No changes here. All your normal MIFA rules apply. Just remember, it needs to be a new piece and not your storytelling piece that you did during the regular season. So, easy enough on storytelling. That was just a little clue as to where my inspiration came for my theme for mini multiple this year in Mackinac. So if you hadn't guessed, your mini multiple theme comes from the genres of science fiction, fantasy, and or adventure. So think anywhere from Star Wars to Princess Bride to Lord of the Rings to the Goonies. So many things fall into this category. Great selections. Have some fun picking out your favorite science fiction, fantasy, and or adventure. But just remember, this is mini multiple, so let's go over the mini details. And that would be, remember, this is 3 to 5 participants, 7 to 10 minutes. And as always, you got to remember the entire script, including the original introduction and transitions, must be G-rated. So, science fiction, fantasy, adventure, have some fun, pull out some good ones. I'm just sad that I won't be able to come and watch because I think these are going to be fantastic. Can't wait to see what you guys select.
For the next event, I'm excited to be offering Improvisational Duo. I understand that this is going to be completely new for a lot of you, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time illustrating exactly what this event entails. So first of all, this event really combines 3 of the individual events together into one. So first, it has elements of extemporaneous speaking, and it's the fact that in Improvisational Duo, you will pick 3 props. Then you'll have a few seconds to look those over with your partner and choose the one that you want to develop a scene for. Next, it's a little bit like impromptu because you'll have some time to, again, talk it over with your partner, get an idea for what the event is or what the scene is that you want to do, and kind of outline generally your literary arc. In that prep time, you'll talk about how you want to introduce your characters, so that expository section of a scene, that the rising action, how are you going to complicate the scene? How are you going to, have all those complications lead to a climax? What is going to be the climax of your scene? What's going to be the fallout after that? Like how are we going to lead from the climax to our resolution? And then finally, how are you going to resolve your issue, your prompt, whatever the issue is for your scene? So you can take a minute or two to discuss it between the two of you before you start. So there's that impromptu aspect to improvisational duo. And then, of course, it's duo. So the standard duo rules of no touching or direct eye contact, no props, those kinds of things are all in there as well. So in order to really illustrate what a round of this is going to look like, both from the judge perspective and from the student perspective, I've created a little skit that kind of, like I said, runs you through the scene. So what you're going to see next is a improvisational duo round.
Hello everybody, and today we're going to be doing improvisational duo from Mackinac Island tournament. This is round 4, section 3, and first we're going to be taking attendance. D3.
Here.
A14.
Here.
B7.
Here.
H9.
Here.
I19.
Hello.
Today we're going to be drawing for order. I'm going to need everybody to come up and pick out their order, and then they're going to pick out the prompts. All right, you little rascals. I'm going to place all of these on the table. When I call your number, you're going to come up and get 3 of them. All right, who do we have going first? A14, come up and get your prompt.
Thank you so much for judging today.
Yeah.
Okay, freeze.
Yeah, I agree. All of these could be really funny, but I can't. They're both so good. I don't feel good one. I like that one. We're gonna do this one. We're gonna go with this one.
15 seconds. 30 seconds. 25 seconds.
Miss Ruby, I don't want to go to bed.
Oh, but Lucas, it's way past your bedtime already, and we need you to go to sleep.
No, you have to stay up all the time. But I don't want to go to bed.
Oh, but Lucas, I'm a grown-up and you're just a little kid, and little kids need their rest, or else they'll be grumpy in the morning.
I don't want to go to bed.
Oh, Lucas, is there anything I can do to convince you to go to bed?
I want a glass of water.
You want a glass of water? Okay, I'll get you a glass of water. All right, there you go. All right, ready to go in the nights?
I want Teddy Grahams.
You want Teddy Grahams?
I want Teddy Grahams.
I'll get you Teddy
I
Grahams.
want my snackies.
You see Teddy Grahams?
Teddy Grahams.
Are you satisfied?
I need my blankie.
You need your blankie? Okay, I got your blankie. Oh, there it is. There you go.
I can't go to sleep without Teddy.
Your Teddy?
I need my Teddy.
Okay, find your Teddy. Here. There's your Teddy.
No! It's not my Teddy.
But that's the only Teddy
It's
that's
not
in
my
your bag.
Teddy!
Oh, I'll find it. Okay. Lucas. This show is terrible.
Is there Mushroom Man Randy Savage?
Oh, Lucas! Oh, what are you doing up? Oh, come on. Let's get you back to bed. All right, come on. Okay. Is there anything I can do for you to get you to stay asleep?
Can you tell me a bedtime story?
A bedtime story? Of course. So, once upon a time, there was a little boy who completely defied his babysitter and refused to go to bed. But then finally, he went to bed. The end. He's asleep. Oh. Okay. Lucas?
The Undertaker!
Yes, it is the Undertaker. It is the Undertaker, Lucas. Okay, let's go back to bed. Come on. Faster. Come on, they're gonna start fighting big time. Come on. Okay. You need to go to bed, okay?
Okay.
Are you actually going to go to bed this time?
Yes.
If your parents come back and you are not asleep, they are going to kill me. Okay? So if you're not gonna do this for yourself, please just do it for me.
Okay, Miss Ruby.
Okay, thank you. All right,
Good night, Miss Ruby.
good night. All right. I'm just gonna stay with you. Okay. Okay, finally. Okay. Oh, this show is really boring. Why does he like this so much? It's just two guys fighting. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. But I gotta stay up.
Miss Ruby.
I hope that video was helpful in giving you a vision of what a round of improvisational duo will look like, how it will be structured, what students will need to do, and just hopefully I answered all of your questions. But if not, if you'd like to see more information, feel free to head to michiganspeechcoaches.org. And under the Mackinac events, you will find the improvisational duo ballot that will give you hopefully more information as well. So again, there's hints for judges, there's instructions for how the round will run. A lot of information is there. So hopefully that will answer all of your questions. Now, the next event that will be offered at Mackinac this May will be Poetry Slam. So I would like to just kind of run through a few things here if you have students who are interested in this event. For Poetry Slam, students will need to come prepared with a minimum of 3 original poems. They won't be able to repeat any of these until the final round. Poems should be no longer than 3 minutes in length. And as always, a little bit different on this one. All poems and physical actions should be PG in this case. Also, there is still more information on scoring and judging and that kind of and deductions for going over time. Also at the Michigan Speech Coaches website under the Mackinac events. And lastly, we will also be offering public forum debate. And this May's Mackinac tournament's topic will be the April topic, having to do with East Asia, and specifically the resolution is resolved. Japan should revise Article 9 of its constitution to develop offensive military capabilities. So that is what you can expect for public forum debate this spring. That brings us to the end of the 2022 Mackinac Spring Tournament event preview. I hope you found this video informative and enough to find an event that is of interest to you and that your students find exciting to experiment with. We are so excited that this tournament is happening this year, and we can't wait to see you all on the island. Until then, see you soon.